Hey, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Your Inner Love with Sasha Ridley. Today, we're going to talk about how you can talk to your inner child about the traumatic events that you may have experienced throughout your life. So, let's jump straight into it. The first thing I would recommend you to do is to acknowledge the event. And now I know you may be saying, girl, look, I'm not going down memory lane. I'm not going down in the past. That's behind me. I'm moving forward. I'm looking straight. I feel better since I put it behind me. This, that, and the third. Girl, I get you. I get you. I get you. And to be truthfully honest with you, I feel that exact same way about some of the trauma that I ain't trying to touch with, that I ain't trying to deal with, okay? However, sometimes we reach a point in our lives where we want to do better for ourselves, where we want to show up for ourselves, where we want to love ourselves better. And sometimes we reach a point where, we want to work on, healing those wounds. And we want to work on connecting with our inner child, but we don't know how, right? And that's the whole purpose of me creating this video. So I want you to acknowledge the event. And I want you to give yourself the opportunity, the time, and the space to cry, to shout, to scream, to feel bad, to feel sorry for yourself. However those emotions look like, whatever it feel like, it look like, I want you to process that. I want you to be angry. I want you to be frustrated. I want you to feel all of that emotions. Because see, those emotions is stuck within your mind, your body, and your soul. And in order for you to fully process it, you have to feel it. And I notice this is a tough journey. I know. That's why I want you to I want you to embrace this journey when you feel like you're ready to embrace this journey, because this is a serious topic. The second thing I want you to do is to baby yourself. I want you to baby yourself in a moment of you processing those traumatic events. The same way you will baby your child and you will hug your child is the same thing I want you to do for yourself. And I'm going to give you guys an example of what I experienced as I was preparing for this video. I noticed that I have like a lot of issues with validation and abandonment issues. And I have those issues due to me not having parents growing up. My mother passed away when I was a baby, and my father, he wasn't there. So because of that, I grew up experiencing, validation issues to where it's like I need the constant reassurance. Which is nothing bad with, the constant reassurance, because I feel like we all need that, right? But I feel like for me, it was to an extent where it showed that, I had validation issues. And so what it shows that I forgot, yeah, my bad. It showed that I had, validation issues and abandonment issues. And within a moment of me noticing that, I was able to connect with my inner child pretty quickly. And because of that, my inner child was able to tell me that she's hurt. And now, mind you, this is something that, like, I knew, my inner child was hurt, based off of the things that I experienced as a child. But I also know that, she's loved, and she's taken care of, because I, put forth the work and the effort to make sure that she's okay. But in the moment of me talking about validation and abandonment, it's like I was triggered. It's like she was triggered in the instinct of, I'm hurt. So then I told my inner child, why are you hurt? And then, of course, I was able to connect the dots, is because, I didn't have a mother, I didn't have a father. So in that moment, I told my inner child, it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel the way you feel. And she just kept telling me that, she's hurt and that she's sad. And I just told her, it's okay. It's okay to feel the way that you feel. And then after I continued to validate her, she then eventually told me that she feels loved. And I gave her a hug. And mind you, like, in a sense, I'm giving myself a hug, right? And I know it may sound crazy to some people because it's like, girl, what? Like, you talking to yourself? Like, you giving yourself a hug? Of course. Like, on this journey, you're going to find yourself doing things that you probably never thought that you're going to do. You're going to find yourself doing things that you once deemed as crazy, but once you you do it, you practice it, you're going to see, oh wow, this is helpful. So back to what I was saying. Um after I validated my inner child, she then told me that she feels loved. And that's perfect. That's perfect. That's what I want. I need to validate her, and I want her to feel loved and taken care of. So in that sense, I became my parent. I became my mother to myself. And because I didn't have, parents growing up, I have no choice but to become what I didn't have growing up. So that's what I mean when I say to become your parent. That's what I mean when I say to baby yourself. And that's what I mean when it says to be gentle with yourself. Because you have to see yourself as a child, and you have to give yourself the kindness, the love, the gentleness that you would give a child, because that's what you need. That's what you need. You needed it when the traumatic experience happened, and then now that you're learning it, that's what you need to heal yourself, or not necessarily need, because the things that I'm saying right now may not be everything it is that you need, but it could be a step to you getting what it is that you need. So the third thing I did is that I started to affirm myself. I started to affirm my inner child. And I told my inner child, I'm here for you. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to keep you safe. I'm here to make sure those things that happened to you as a child will never ever happen to you again. I'm here to show up for you like never before. I'm here to love you with everything within me. I'm here to be gentle to you. I promise to be gentle to you. I promise to love you, to care for you, and to always think about you. Affirm yourself. And as you affirming yourself, you're building a relationship with your inner child, but you're also building a relationship with yourself. So just imagine if your mother or your father or your grandma, your mama or your papa sat down and told you those things, told you that I'm here to protect you, that I'm here to make sure that you're safe, that I'm here to love you and to be gentle to you. Imagine how you would feel after you heard those things. You would feel like you're on top of the world. You would feel like there's nothing in the world that could ever stop you. There's nothing. There's nothing that could come up against you. Because after hearing those loving, kind words, there is nothing that could stop you. So I want you to affirm yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself what it is that you need to hear in that moment. And in the meantime, between time, as you affirm yourself, I want you to be able to set boundaries with yourself. And this topic is going to go into number 4. I want you to maintain this relationship that you have with yourself. I want you to maintain that connection of you validating yourself, of you figuring out what it is that needs to be done within yourself, figuring out what it is that your inner child need, and then you're giving your inner child what they need. This is an ongoing relationship that you're going to have with yourself for the rest of your life. This is not just a 1, 2, 3 step and then, okay, I'm done, I'm healed. No. This is an ongoing type of situation. But in the midst of you maintaining this relationship with yourself, I also want you to learn how to set healthy boundaries with yourself and with other people's. So like I mentioned before, with one of my issues is validation and abandonment issues. So therefore, when it comes down to me setting boundaries with people, I need to set firm boundaries with people that ghost me, You know how when you be talking to somebody, and it's going good, and then next thing you know, you're not talking to that person, and then randomly up out the blue, they text you, hey, big head, how you doing? What's going on? That's a problem. See, that's the issue for me, and that's a problem because you abandoned me. You get what I'm saying? And I've done so much of work within myself. I've done so much of work for my inner child. I've taken care of her. I've loved her. And I refuse to let you or anybody take me back to where I was. I refuse from you or anybody to strip away all of the hard work and the love of work that I poured into myself to work on those abandonment issues to then pop up in my life and think you're going to pop up when you want to and leave when you want to. So right then and there, you have to learn how to set boundaries with people like that and let people know, hey, look, you're not going to do that. You're not going to pop up in my life when you want to and then walk away. If you have X, Y, and Z going on, that's cool. I get that. We all have X, Y, and Z going on. But you need to let me know what it is. If you really mess with me like that, let me know what it is. If you don't mess with me, okay, then bye. So that's an example of setting boundaries. Another thing I want you to do, which is like a bonus tip, is to connect with people that allows you to grow. Connect with people that's on the same journey as you. If you have a friend and you going through this hard situation at work or whatever you got going on, and you tell your friend, look, this is what I did. Instead of me doing this, that, and the third, I did this, that, and the third with a whole lot, a whole lot of sass and a whole lot of sauce. And if your friend responds to you and say, well, you know what? I'm glad you did that. Like, you had all rights to do that. She's validating you. And when you have those type of people in your circle, you appreciate those type of people. You thank those people. Say thank you from, hearing me, from validating how I feel, from letting me know that, I didn't make a crazy decision. And even if you did make a crazy decision, thank you from being in my corner, letting me know that you got my back, Now, I want you to think about this. Don't be mad if that person ain't validating you because you out here doing crazy stuff. If you out here doing crazy stuff, you cannot expect for people to validate you and to be in your corner if you out here risking your life. But if you're out here, you growing and you're becoming a better person, doing the better things for yourself, and you have people in your corner that's validating you, appreciate those people. Tell those people, I thank you for validating me. I thank you from seeing me. I thank you from hearing me. And if you have, some abandonment issues and, some of your friends may, reach out to you and say, well, hey, I want to meet up for X, Y, and Z, and then they ghost you, it's nothing for you to reach out to them. And I feel like you should have already established that type of relationship with them to where they know your needs and they know your wants. You get what I'm saying? And they know, oh, I have to reach out to her, let her know. Or reach out to him and let him know, I can't do this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying? Communicate what it is that you need. Communicate what it is that you want. But in the meantime, between time, you guys, those are the different steps that I've done to help me throughout my journey from healing from traumatic events. And I want every last one of y'all to know that you deserve to be loved. Like right here, right now. I'm not talking about you deserve to be loved after you've healed from the traumatic events or after you've got yourself together. No, baby. No, baby. You deserve to be loved right here, right now, as the person you are. That is your birthright. It's just sort of happened that we was born into this world and we became family with some people that didn't know how to love or didn't know how to be gentle and caring, and we got caught up. That's just how I'm gonna say it. We got caught up, but now you're unloosing yourself. You're unloosing yourself from being caught up, and you deserve all of the love. You deserve the gentleness. You deserve to be cared for. You deserve that right here, right now. So that was today's video. The last thing I want to leave you guys off with is to seek professional help. I did. I went to therapy. I was in therapy for 5 years. It was an on and going type of situation with me because I would go to therapy and then I would end therapy because I made progress. I accomplished my goals, but then something happened in my life and I'm like, nah, I need to go back to therapy. So that's why it was an ongoing type of situation for me. But when you're dealing with traumatic things, sometimes, it's a lot of things that's above you. It's a lot of things that you don't know about, and is a lot of connecting the dots, and sometimes you need a professional person that can help you on this journey. Okay, so if you ever reach a point to where it's too much for you, you can always stop and take a break. If you ever reach a point where you say, you know what, I want to take it up a notch and get a therapist, do that. But baby, this is your journey. Move at your pace. And I'll see you guys on another episode. Bye.